And we are here. Good
Oh, yeah.
afternoon, good evening, good morning from wherever you're watching us. We are here. We made it. We made it through the last week. We are starting a new week. And we wanted just to kind of hoop here quickly and say, hey, what's going on with you? Are you ready for this new week? What are you excited about as you start this new week? And so, once again, we want to thank God for blessing us and giving us this opportunity really to come here and not only check on you, but also be able to share what we have learned the last week, the many years, and what we are looking forward for and to because of the opportunity that God has blessed us with. And we take it serious that we want to push this forward so that somebody else can also see life from a different lenses. Because somebody stood up and say, hey, for a minute, have you considered this opportunity? And that's what we are also here to say. Hey, life will be lifing, but what you need to do is to pick what battle it with. I think that is where the sweetness of life lies. We have the privilege and the opportunity to choose how we want to do it. And so you're most welcome here so that we can have these conversations going with my sisters here, Bena and McKenna. I will have them join us and first of all you know tell us who they are and be helping us understand one or two things. But before they do that, what are we talking about? We are saying that learning again is the price of freedom. What
Yes.
does that mean? You know what? I want us to talk about something that we don't post about most of the time, or many of us. Not, right now, it's not the wins. We're going to be talking about the learning phase. Behind every so called overnight success is a long, unseen season of learning. A season where we're confused, not sure what we are doing, a season that humbles us. A season, for example, for us where we didn't feel like we're experts anymore. So when we say we want success, when you say you want success, are you really willing to become student or a student again? Because you know what? Most of the time, the path to success isn't in your talent, it's in the learning. And that's the part, like I said, that we don't show. We don't show on social media. But you know what? Everybody, every expert was once confused. Every leader you see here at one time felt unsure. And so every digital entrepreneur started not knowing what they were doing. The only difference is that they stayed students. They stayed students. Now, the world that is shifting very fast. Today it's AI, another day they're talking about technology, and now we're talking about digital economy. You know what's happening? That some degrees are expiring. And so if you are not learning, what are you doing? You just stalling. And believe me, the secure person today, is not the one with the longest resume. It is the one who is most adaptable. I'm in IT. I'll say, yeah, I know a bit of IT. But when I was beginning, I was a beginner in marketing in this business. We are parents here, as you see us. At one time, we think we know what we are doing, but there are aspects of parenting that we don't know. I can say we are learning, I am learning emotional presence, how to be emotionally present as a parent. And any learning will make you uncomfortable, I'm telling you, because we are used to being very competent. So being a beginner in anything is like going backwards. But one thing we have learned, I'm just sharing so that I set the pace for us here, is that learning isn't losing any status, it's expanding your identity. And can I tell you something? Between where you are and where you want to go, it's learning that's going to bridge that gap. And so tonight, I wanted just to us talk, like I said, but before even I bring in my sisters to help us unpack some of the learnings, I want to ask you, are you willing to be uncomfortable long enough to become free? Are you? And so I will bring in my sisters. I will have said I begin with a question, but I've already begun talking a lot of things. And so learning again is the price of freedom, my sisters. Learning again is the price of freedom, especially in this world that is changing quickly. So I will start with my sister Benna. What lesson did failure teach you that success couldn't?
Right. Thank you. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Benna, a mom, a nurse, digital business owner, and also a mentor. Originally from Uganda, now living in the UK. So welcome to our discussion. Again, can you put up the question again?
Sure.
What lessons?
What lesson did failure teach you that success couldn't? Because you're saying there's freedom in learning. So what lesson?
Definitely, the price of freedom is there, is there. Yeah? So the lessons that failure taught me that success couldn't, I don't know where to start, because you can be confident but in something and be clueless in something else, or you find yourself, you think I've done all the learning I can do, and then you find yourself, oh no, I have to learn again because I have no clue what this is about. So the hidden lessons, I could say that, of course, when you succeed, you become confident. So I was like confident in the career that I was doing, in the job that I was doing. But, that when I started this digital business, let me just give an example because that's why we are here. When I started this digital business, I was basically clueless. I was scared like most people are. I had no experience at all, but when you put yourself in, I say, oh, maybe I can do this. Some things I started and I was still failing at them, but I was humbled because I knew I can, push myself even more to learn. Success can make you visible. It made me visible, in certain areas, but failure gave me that wisdom. Because when you fail and you don't sit back and stay comfortable and say, oh, I can't do this, you see yourself pushing yourself to even, learn more or put your time in to be able to, to learn that skill even better. So that alone humbles you. That humbles you. And also, failure, as I said, failure gives you freedom. So when I was only working my 9-to-5 job, I felt secure. I was skilled in what I was doing. Experience was there. I was respected. But I can tell you, when I started stepping into business, doing my own business, I became a beginner again. And I was humbled. I was thinking, you know, I probably don't need, or I can talk to people, yes, in my job, because I work with people. I can talk to people, I can do this, but that was a context in a completely different area of life that I was doing. You might be very good at what you are doing right now. You can talk to people, and you think, oh, yeah, this business is a people business, it is this. But when it comes, if you're not skilled in that area, or if you don't put yourself out there to learn the skills of that a business that you want to do, even the words will disappear. You'll be humbled and think, oh my God, I think I'm failing at this. What can I do to make myself do? So I can say failure made me humble. It made me think twice over things that I was doing, to made me research more and say, do I need to learn this skill? Who can I connect with? Where can I look to find the skills that I want to be able to succeed? So failure is a good thing, I think, in life for everybody, because I don't think everybody, whatever you start, whatever you do, you're just going to succeed like that. You might think, oh yeah, that is simple, if so and so, because sometimes we look at people and judge and think, oh, maybe that one doesn't have the same level of education as me. If she can do it, I can do it. My dear, you will see stars. If you if you see stars, and then you'll be humbled. You will think, oh my God, how does she do it? So that's why we have a setup that is really good for everyday people. So in this prayer, you might fail in some, in some areas, but as long as you humble yourself and, and don't stay comfortable and don't stay stuck, seek the people that can help you, seek the mentors, the coaches, the community, the platform that is given you to give you the skills. Believe me, you will be, humbled in a good way, even better, in a good way, because then you are learning the skill. But when I stepped into this business, as I said, I became a beginner again. I became a learner. I had to, to put myself in there. I didn't know the language of business. I knew the language of nursing, but I didn't understand the language of business. I didn't understand how social media works. I didn't understand how, you can do even an ad, just record a 10-second video. I doubted myself. That alone humbled me. I doubted myself. And I'm thinking, I'm so grown. I can do this. I can talk to people. And that is that's where you have to stay there, stay quiet and say, oh my God, what can I do? I need a prayer. I need to turn up every day. I need to do this with intention. I know there's not going to be instant results, because when you are working something new and you get results straight away, I'm telling you to push you to go faster. But sometimes you start something and there is no results, and the motivation to keep going, it's like you have to push that motivation out every day, that energy to keep, doing what you need to do to reach the result that you want. So there may not be claps at the beginning. There may not be instant results at the beginning, just learning, just, stretching yourself basically to learn, to broaden your, what do you call it? To broaden your mind or your learning skills, and trust in God. So that's very important as well. Trust in God, and you know what? You will overcome. So I was so humbled in this business. Failure taught me patience. It taught me obedience. It taught me to be resilient. And also, failure revealed who I really was. Me, myself, just even talking like this on a video like this, on a live like this, I never thought I would be that person. I used to watch people from the side. What do we call it in the background? Yeah. Those who are Uganda, you'll be in the Kamoli, these vents in the houses back home. You'll be watching from those. I can never do a live. I used to say that when I just started.
I don't think I can do it.
So you have to, failure reveals all of those things. But if you persist and you know what you want and you know the thing is going to change your life, believe me, you'll be humbled. You just have to be patient, be intentional, show up every day, and build, and you find yourself that you will overcome all those failures that And then you start succeeding, and then you think, what was I worried about? This is not as bad as I thought it would. So the hidden season will build the woman you need to become, like it has built me, for the freedom that I'm praying for every day. We want rewards so quickly, but we don't always want to relearn or to keep learning what is gonna give us those rewards. And truly, I believe this, that if you are willing to look new, to learn new skills, you will never stay stuck. If you're willing to put yourself out there, freedom has a price, and sometimes that price is humility. Yes, it has a price. So for experts, from experts to beginners, or from comfort to courage, you need to have all those things. Think about them every day. It might be tough. Sometimes we have partners, accountability partners, that will push you. What are you doing today? Are you sleeping? Are you dozing? Have you given yourself 10 minutes? Just look at what you need to push you up today. So I'm thinking of, quickly, I've been surviving so much. I need to thrive. I need to build a legacy for me, for my family, for my future. I need to have a good retirement. First of all, when I'm feeling down and I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm a failure, I need to look at the people who came before me, my families, my aunties, my moms, my dads, and I'm thinking, what was their life at during their retirement? What did they do in life? I saw them working so hard, but even when they retired, when they came to that age whereby they can't work physically anymore, they couldn't even show that they just talk about, oh, that man used to be an accountant, that lady used to be a nurse, he used to be a doctor. What happened to her? You may think she never even went to school. That's what life will do to you. But here we are here building a legacy that you can show off for the end of, until you whatever comes there at the end, usually. So I can say failure has taught me to be patient, be resilient, show up, and really be obedient to the things that I'm doing. Be intentional and show up. Showing up is very important. Show up every day. You don't have to be there 24 hours a day, but show up. That little time you get, 20 minutes, half an hour, show up, do something, and you will see how you will progress. So thank you. That's it from me. Back to you. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. You mentioned a lot, and I can relate to every aspect of what you've said. When you're talking, I was like, oh, failure and freedom seem to be sleeping on the same coin. This part is failure, this other part is freedom. So you just need to know how to kind of push through one side to get to the freedom. And yeah, when you are an expert, when you're the person everybody asks, starting all over feels like you are shrinking, like you're going backwards. And I think it's a human feeling. We all have some ego. It gets worse sometimes when you feel like you actually don't know what you're doing. But you know what? One thing you said is that, you might have confidence in this field. That confidence will not automatically just show up in the other. It will grow. You have to nurture it and tweak it and ask, I had an issue in this area. How did I approach it? How can I still use the same parameters that helped me exist in my prior self into this new me that I'm building? And so, yeah, learning will humble you, but so is growth. So is growth. It challenges your old identity so that as you start building the new one, you actually start climbing your ladder of freedom. So thank you so very much, my sister, for pointing out for us everything that you have been able to share. I'm gonna go to my sister McKenna here and ask her a question. Are you ready, my sister? You will tell us who you
Yes.
are, and then I will ask you what new skill are you building now that your past self didn't need, and how is that changing your future?
Wow, wow. That's just amazing. Thank you so much. My name is McKenna. I was born, raised in Kenya, but I live in the US with my family. Bless the Lord for opening my eyes to start this online business as a side hustle, but it has been a blessing in so many ways. And I'm so grateful to God. We are always here every Sunday for you guys, and this is just a wonderful, wonderful topic that we have today. Uh, how is maybe I can start there, whereby for me, I was not a social media person. I was very skeptical on doing anything online. Nothing would have touched me or changed me to do. I was really very traditional in my own ways, but I want to say that, as the question says, there's so many skills that I have learned. Yeah. One new skill I'm building now is digital communication, online marketing, and the discipline to show up consistently. And I really thank God for what Bernard has said. My past self didn't really need these skills, yeah, because I always tell people when it comes to church, I work with the church. I have what it takes. I have my degrees there, which really are so far from what we are doing. So I'm still learning this, and that's why we always say don't let anything hinder you, yeah, because even for that experts, they were beginners someday. They started somewhere, and for me, these skills. I want to say when I started this business, my world was feeling very small. Yeah. I was like, oh God, I don't know what I really want. And but right now I can say that I am more predictable, I am comfortable. I relied a lot on motivation and external direction, but today I understand that growth requires intention, courage, and daily action. And that's why we always say once you decided to join the business, what is your desire? Is your desire growth? Because if your desire is growth, definitely we have a mentor, a coach, we have the global community, people from all over the world. All what you need is that intention. You just need courage, and you just need to do what you're supposed to. Yeah. So for me, learning these skills, I like the way Lynn you talked about learning brings freedom. So, learning these skills is changing my life in powerful ways. I never knew that I could go live. Oh, I was like, what am I going to say? Yeah. What in case they ask me any question? What am I going to answer? I tell you, I had sometimes I remember when we started, we used to go TikTok live like every day. Remember, Benna? And I was like, oh, scared. I was like, what am I going to say all the time? Over time, digital communication and marketing are giving me a lot of freedom. Freedom to work from anywhere, um, freedom to reach people beyond my immediate environment. And also, that has really helped me to create opportunities instead of waiting for them. Because most of the time, we could just be there struggling, knowing for you, might be there knowing that, oh, you just need financial freedom, you need time freedom, you need social freedom, but still you're like, oh God, how will this come? Oh, and maybe if you're a believer like me and coming from Africa, we like praying over everything, yeah, which sometimes is, yeah, instead of you going out there to just make sure you just there waiting for the opportunity to come. I'm so happy because I was able to go out there. to search for that freedom, because it doesn't just come. Another important thing is discipline. Also in this business, because you really have to have discipline, is teaching me stability, yeah, and self-leadership. I always say that whoever comes in this business, and I'm their mentor and I'm their coach, I'm trying to raise readers, yeah, so that they can grow. And that really comes in this business. From the first day you get into the business, you become a mentor, because there's a training that really helps you, yeah, to become stable, to be able to stand on your own. And I've seen people who come here without really knowing English or the language, and they're still making money in this business, because the business comes with a lot. So I am learning to show up even when it feels uncomfortable, and that consistency is really important. Is building confidence. I need more than what I had before. I'm also developing the skill of using my voice. Yeah, the voice as an immigrant. Having from Kenya, I always say my target group is people who are coming from Kenya. I might have other people, but I am a Kenyan, and this business has changed my life. And therefore, the voice out there, yeah, they're out there. Remember, Renette, we were talking about starting something that can help us to reach out to our people in diaspora. It is something you're gaining skills every day, skills to freedom. And yeah, I am no longer limited by fear, yeah, or geography, or anything that might. I'm not afraid, because I feel my future is secure. I feel like I'm doing what is supposed, and therefore everything for me is becoming a strength, is becoming bigger, because I don't have to worry. And each new skill is just unlocking, yeah, a bigger version of my future, a bigger version of me. I've realized some of the potential that I have, that are, oh, if I just stayed indoors, or just in the pulpit, I couldn't. And that's why I always tell people, this business for me is just like a ministry. And some of the things I'm learning here, I'm also taking them to church, which really means a lot. It's really helping me in leadership in the church. Yeah, so I'm not just learning how to do new things, I am becoming a new person through the process. My past self needed security, but my present self is building courage, and that courage is shaping my future in a big way, in ways that I never thought I could be. And therefore, if you're out there, you don't have to be an expert in this area. You don't need to have tech scabby in this area. All what you need is you. And don't let your past carry you. There's no way the opportunity will come to your doorstep in terms of like, oh, this is the amount you need. You have to come in and start working. And once you start working, you learn, and definitely you'll be able to receive your freedom. Otherwise, that is all what I have for now. Back to you.
Sister Berna, do you have that thing? Thank you, Sister McKenna. The unraveling of who you are, using your voice. And I can pick just on that and say so much. As an African woman, we know where we are coming from. We know where we had been positioned. And so just finding something that kind of opens you up to a possibility as big as this. I don't know what to say. Hey, this is our brother Simon. Best video I've seen in a while.
Oh.
We don't take that for granted, brother. We don't take that for granted. You most welcome here. Reach out to us. Let's talk. That's why we are here. That's why we are here. We really, really appreciate you being here with us. And so, what is it that you're waiting for? Whoever is watching us, what is this one thing that is keeping you on hold? Where in your life are you avoiding growth because you don't want to look inexperienced? Challenge yourself. Because if you're doing the same thing day in and day out, what part of that will make you kind of say, it has taken me something? And as my sister said, you are made up of so many layers. The only way to unravel that is if you put yourself in positions of not knowing. Yourself, be in a room where you know nothing. Because in that situation or in that environment, that is when you'll start learning. And that is where your growth is. That's where your growth is. I don't want to be too so much swing into any other dimension. We've been here with you for a while now. My sisters, anything, if you have anything before we call it a night for today? Anything you want to share?
Anyone out there who is feeling stuck, feeling overwhelmed, feeling like, nothing is changing in their lives, no matter what they are doing, connect with one of us and we'll give you a solution that will change your life. So you can see our websites, our numbers, connect with whoever you resonate with, and, let's have a one-to-one and discuss how we changed our lives and the way you can change yours too. Thank you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
for me, Lynn, I can say to somebody who is listening to us, everything is in your hands. God has blessed you so much. Everything is in your hands. It's up to you to choose whether you want to stay the same or you want to change your life. And in case you make that decision, as Bena said, we're here to walk with you. The journey will not be lonely because we're here to support you and to help you plug in. Thank you.
Thank you, my sisters. And from me, there is a part 2 of who you are. Just be curious to find out what that looks like. For now, bye-bye. We'll be seeing you next Sunday at the same time. Thank you, and have a blessed week. Much love.